Here I am, full of confidence, about to install SumoSprings on my new F-350 Tremor. And honestly, I thought I had this whole thing figured out. I was convinced I could do the install without even lifting the truck. I was so confident, maybe a little too confident, because what I thought was going to be a quick afternoon project turned into a whole lot of crawling around the garage floor, correcting all my mistakes, and figuring out some hard lessons. But in the end, I actually did get it done. And it turns out, on a Tremor, the trick is just changing the installation order. So come along and watch me stumble through the job, make a bunch of mistakes, and eventually figure out how to install SumoSprings in the rear without lifting the truck. Okay, so we are underneath the truck. Now the instructions say to use this, first thing you gotta do is actually raise the truck up to pull the leaf springs down to get you more room. But I think we may have enough room to do this without raising the truck. So I'm gonna try that. Hopefully we'll see. This is a Tremor F-350, so you can see it's got the lift a little bit. But we're gonna find out here if I'm gonna be able to take this off and put it on, replace this factory bump stock with the SumoSpring rather, without actually lifting the truck. So let's see if we can do that. Looks like 13. Or 15. That's 13. Nope. Maybe 15. 15. Okay. Go ahead and loosen these real quick. And we will be reusing this plate and the screws. Now, it doesn't seem like they were torqued down that much, so we'll just torque them down as hard as we can. Let's swap out of here real quick. Okay. And now we got to remove that screw from the bottom. So we'll go do the rest of this outside. All right, real quick. Get this off. Yikes. All right, there you go. That thing's on there. Really good. And that comes off. This goes on, and I'm going to use both risers, maybe, or one. I'm going to go test fit the one. Now it says you have to use at least one. So we're going to test it, fit this real quick. With the plate on there. think I'm gonna go with the 2. We'll give it a try, and you know, if it really stiffens it up, we'll end up. Okay, so I'm back with a 17-inch ratcheting wrench. This will get us in here. We're gonna go ahead and put the other bolt through the other side here. And then there's this base plate that goes on. And then there should be a washer somewhere. All right. Misplaced washer over there. All right, so you got the 2 bolts in there. Put the plate in. One day I'm gonna own a workshop with an actual lift, and then I won't have to lay on my back underneath here like this. And you know, you can help out with that by linking or subscribing and liking this video, and then maybe someday I'll be YouTube famous and I can afford that, be like Mr. Beast or something. But right now I'm happy with what I got, blessed with what I got, and we're gonna put these things on. Nice. Doing this a little blind. You know, it would have been easier if I just put this on here like that, put it together, and then slid it over the top. It's like it's duh. So I'll do that on the other side for sure. That would have been a lot easier to do for 100% sure for that. All right, let's get these things a little bit tightened down. Okay. Upon thorough reading of the instructions, it actually tells you to pre-assemble. So now the hard part. This may be why we have to drop the wheel or raise the truck up. This may be the reason. All right, let me go see if I can raise this truck up, because, well, we can tighten this part down, but I don't think I can get to the other side. We'll see here in a minute. It's amazing to me how much this thing is still, you know, rotating through. I wonder if I can drop this and move it. Let's try that. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to try to so you can get it off. All right, that'll make it a lot easier. All right. So the modification then is to leave that off. Clearly would not be able to do this with just two plates on. You got to do it with just one. So we're going to take this. This is where I made a huge mistake. This platform is supposed to be mounted 1/4 inch from the edge of the perch. I had to come back and tear this whole thing apart and redo it. Move you over here, maybe. All right. Okay. All right, so we got those tightened down. Try to slide this bad boy back. We were able to tilt it in. Perfect. Now we can slide this in. What's going on here? Well, it's not on. Put a couple screws on here. One, two, one, two. Okay, we are good to go. The only thing I don't like is pump stop. Not quite. One 1/4 inch. Okay. So the only thing we changed to give us more room without lifting this truck up was reverse that order. So install the do the bottom plate first, then do the top assembly piece. So that's what I'm going to do on the next one. We're going to go ahead and let's do that right now, and I'll meet you on the other side. I've seen a lot of videos where these shocks actually had the Tremor sticker on them, but not anymore, not with 2026. All right, let's go ahead and start removing this one. So again, 15 millimeter socket. All right, take this loose. Come on. I hate when it falls off the. Yeah, it should be good. That's hilarious. Nope. Those two are off. Make sure you save those nuts. We're going to reuse them. take this off. Okay, so on the instructions, they want you to mount the SumoSprings first and then the perch plate. However, you got to raise the truck up to do that because you're not going to have enough room to get up here to tighten this perch plate. And then the other thing, they tell you to pre-assemble the perch plate to the bracket, but on the passenger side, you got this module here that's in the way, and you won't be able to slide it on. So you can put one screw on, but you can't put the other. So you got to kind of work it through. So if you just put it on and then slide this over, then you can bring up that other screw. All right, so you got the shelf on here. It's 1/4 inch off the end of the perch. Now we're gonna fit the SumoSpring up into its location. So we've already got it on the plate. So to do it and get it to fit, you kind of go in sideways and then just rotate it up over the screws. Like so. And then you reuse the screws that came on the bracket. All right, and those are 15s. So we'll load up our machine here with 15s. Get those on there. And then torque them down nice and snug. And there you go. On real quick. Really just about 15-20 minutes each side. You're on there. These are on. The other ones are on. We're ready to go. Okay, so you can see in there, that's what they look like from the wheel well. Pretty cool. And then what this will do is, you know, the way they work is as you put load down on it, they engage the bump stop a little softer, but then compress and provide more strength. So really super cool, easy to do. Anybody can do it. I mean, you could pay somebody to do it, but why, right? So just get in here and do it.